Once built, an incinerator demands a continuous supply of waste. Have you ever really wondered what it is that we're going to be burning? Clearly, Ontario is moving in the wrong direction.
Now moving over to Erin Shapiro from Markham.
Thank you, Barbara. And I'm here today to share some of my experience on how it is possible to move towards 100% waste diversion in Ontario and eliminating the need for incinerators altogether. Ontario's policy is moving in the wrong direction. It's abandoning a true waste diversion strategy in favor of incineration, rather than giving municipalities and citizens of this province the resources and regulations to increase diversion and reduce waste at its source. Have you ever really wondered what it is that we're going to be burning? Well, I asked this question in York Region, as York Region is considering building an incinerator. The answer I got was, we'll be burning clothes, shoelaces, and toothbrushes. Does that sound smart to you? Instead of promoting and fast-tracking the incineration of waste, it's imperative now that the province of Ontario act to, number one, mandate a zero waste target as our strategy for waste reduction. Number two, mandate a diversion rate of 100% for municipalities by 2010, while providing us with the support and resources for recycling and composting infrastructure. And number three, that the province put in place regulations and work with industry to ensure extended producer responsibility. As a city councillor from the town of Markham, I can tell you that 250,000 citizens in our town already are aggressively diverting 70% of our waste to recycling and composting, with the goal of getting to 100% in the next few years, thus eliminating the need for incinerators altogether. So what has Markham done? In 2004, the town launched Mission Green, a strong waste diversion program. We invested in recycling, composting, and reuse facilities. The curbside green bin program was put in place, and in just 2 years alone, the diversion rate in Markham doubled from 35% to 70% today, with minimal cost to our residents. We are now Ontario's leader in waste diversion, striving to do even better, and focusing on capturing the remaining items in the waste stream. And we know that it's possible to capture these items, and we are also encouraging our citizens to further reduce waste with their consumer choices. Now, despite this achievement, our region, York Region, our upper tier municipality, is planning to build a $250 million incinerator for all 9 municipalities in our region's waste, not a composting facility, not more recycling facilities. And the province's recent actions actually encourage incineration. Think about it. Incineration that causes toxic emissions, greenhouse gases, climate change, and increased pollution of our air. And if you've been to York Region, you know how polluted our air already is. Meanwhile, the growing trend worldwide, as we've heard, is a zero waste approach in cities and towns across the globe: Halifax, Seattle, California, and India, where the Premier has just visited, New Zealand, and Europe. Clearly, Ontario is moving in the wrong direction and away from positive options that will benefit the health and welfare and the economy of Ontario. To conclude, building incinerators blocks investment in truly green waste diversion alternatives and reducing waste in the first place. Once built, an incinerator demands a continuous supply of waste and starves investment from recycling and reduction programs that go towards achieving zero waste. What we need now are smart investments in recycling, in composting, and producer responsibility. Clearly, if the right choices are made and we move along this path, the need for incineration and landfilling would be eliminated altogether, as I've said. So I think it's time for us to work together towards a sustainable and greener future, one that does not involve incineration of waste.
Thank you, Erin. And now just to give you a little information about Halton. Halton Region is planning an $800 million incinerator. They are presently waiting for a consultant's report, and this would be on the business case of taking garbage from the Greater Golden Horseshoe. If you check out halton.ca, you will find out that they have big plans for lots of burning, and citizens are really concerned that we are totally getting away from sustainability. We need the province to be adopting a comprehensive waste reduction policy. We need the federal government to bring in regulations on packaging. Packaging regulations would make a huge difference to this. Also, if any of you are interested, we have a wonderful paper put together called Incinerators in Disguise. We don't take responsibility for that. There are a couple of great organizations that worked on that. So if you check the website, www.no-burn.org, you can probably get this information because clearly I wish the Premier had had that information. Then he would understand that they're closing these plants around the world. Thanks very much.